Los! Wow!
Oh yeah. It slices. It dices. It magnetizes. It can only be from the mind of Brian from Northern California. Today we're going to test out Brian's latest creation. Today's slug consists of magnets, resin, and scalpels. Let's look at Brian's design notes. It looks like Brian wants to call these Wicked, aka Decepticon. I think those are names of musicals, if I'm not mistaken. They consist of 4 X-ACTO blades, 16 neodymium magnets that are also cubes. They are cast in epoxy, have a very large countersunk hollow point. He says they are a bit tail heavy, so he suggests spin stabilization. I have to agree there. And he says they are radially well balanced. Always a good thing. Length of these is about 41 millimeters or 1 5/8 of an inch. Weight of the projectiles is 23.6 grams, 0.83 ounces, or 364 grains. And this is how it compares to the length of the major prick slug. Here is a cutaway of the shell. We start out with E3. On top of that is a nitro card. On top of that is an FS12 gas seal, another nitro card, a sabot, and then our slug. You'll notice I added a couple strips of aluminum tape. This was to bring up the diameter to 0.680. This will ensure we have a very tight fit in the bore so that we hopefully eliminate any type of sabot slip. We top it off with another sabot and then we roll crimp it. You can see it just barely fit in this 3-inch hole. Today we finally got a little bit of sun out after a week of solid overcast weather. Let's head out and test these things.
Okay, we're 20 yards away. First shot with the XACTO-MAG, the scalpel mag. I don't know. Gotta come up with a cool name for these things. Let's see how it does. Sun's starting to come out. That's great.
All right, what a relief to see. Beautiful stability, just rock steady, good spin. Accuracy was decent, just shot a little bit low. I gotta admit, I had some doubts there. These things are very long, very tail heavy, so it's nice to see a good successful first test.
Looks like it hit a little bit low. That's interesting. But it looked like it was stable in flight, which is good. Always promise. So it's way down inside there. Did not go through. Piece of a X-ACTO scalpel or whatever you want to call it. All kinds of I think it just disintegrated. There's just a bunch of junk down inside there. It's all broken up. But looking pretty promising. I think we can hit some other targets pretty consistent with if the accuracy continues like that. We can at least start adjusting the aim up and figure out a little better how these things are flying. Okay, next up we have a gallon jug of frozen water. This was a request by Brian himself to shoot at some ice targets. So maybe he just doesn't like ice, I don't know. But we're gonna see what kind of penetration we can get with these things. Usually ice is pretty difficult to really damage, but he wanted to see it, so I wanted to. Los! Wow! That was actually pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Good job, Brian. Los!
Well, once again, good stability. This one drifted a little bit to the right. Still a good, solid impact. Great energy transfer. The ice targets are great. The only problem is I don't often have space in the freezer. And in the summertime, it is so hot here, it would mostly be melted by the time we got around to shooting it.
Okay, next up, freshly cast lead plate, very nice. And I'm aiming at that red dot in the center there.
Another beautiful flight, and this one was even more accurate. But look at all the smoke and sparks and debris flying around. That's quite an impact. The lead plate, if you've never seen this target before, is 30 pounds, about 1.5 inches thick, and very difficult to penetrate. I gave these things zero chance of penetrating due to their design, but I've been told the lead plate must be in every test.
Interesting damage there. We have a little bit of laceration of the lead. Got X-ACTO scalpels stuck in there. Here's a magnet that actually survived and stuck to our fixture there. Not too bad. I'm getting a little more confident with these things. Another piece of X-ACTO, pretty gnarly injury there. Not deep or anything, but I tell you, if I don't do the lead plate, I'm reminded in the comment section. It's a curse and a blessing to read the comments. But yeah, the viewers tell me what they want to see, and I try to make them happy there. That's all. Look at that. Ballistic pumpkin. Who knew they were still in season? Aiming at that red dot again. This way we can get kind of an idea of their grouping, overall accuracy. So far it's been a little low, a little bit high, a little bit to the right. So accuracy wise, they're okay. They're not pinpoint accurate yet. It could be human error though. Can't rule that out. Los! Los! And that had some water in it. People wanted to see water in it.
And just like that, we have our first failure. The slug it appears to have good spin, but we have no stability. And you can imagine how unstable these things would be out of a smoothbore. But this gives you an idea how close of a ragged edge we are between success and failure with these slugs. And remember, these things are very long and very tail heavy, so perhaps with more velocity we would have gotten a higher rate of spin and had better stability.
Hopefully that's just a fluke. That's the only one that has malfunctioned so far. So anyway, we had pretty good damage to the pumpkin still. It always helps putting a little bit of water in there to give it a little bit of hydrostatic shock. But yeah, I wish it had flown. If it had not tumbled, it probably would have been a lot more accurate. Okay, kind of a dismal looking wet magazine. Soaked it for a few days. It looks like it snapped its girdle. The bottom piece of tape snapped, and I think it's still usable though. Better be. I want to thank Tim for supplying these Granger catalogs and Uline or whatever else he brings over. It's like Christmas when he brings it over, just boxes and boxes of those things. So we should be set up for a while now. Booyah! Booyah!
Good news, everyone. We have stability again. Really nice flight. Accuracy wasn't great, but good enough. Now, the wet magazines kind of simulates meat in a way. It's kind of the poor man's ballistic gel and is a good way to test your ammo, in my opinion.
That's what it looks like when I walked up on it. It looked like that one was spinning and stabilized, so I was a little nervous there after seeing that, the one before that tumbling. So we got a real deep cavity. It still counted. Let me pop that thing open, see if we can see anything here. Just a big mess at the beginning. Not much to see there, but huge hole. Oh, starting to see magnets. Oh, look at the shredding on that. It definitely opened up. I see like a pattern there. 4. You see that? Yeah. Look at the slicing. There's some slicing action. You can actually see there's a piece of the fragment of the base of the slug there. Very interesting. Oh, look at that. There's one of the exact, oh, it's a broken one. It's a lot of force, and those things are kind of brittle. I'm surprised we found the magnet though. Did not go all the way through, so all the debris is still in there somewhere. Uh-oh. I thought I was bleeding. Yeah, that's paint or something. Okay, next up is the Tauflator head. It's a clear ballistic head that it's made out of old blocks of gel that's just too nasty to recast. And inside the core and kind of going up the neck to the top of the head is just a water bottle with soapy water in it. They always remind me when I don't shoot the lead plate though. The Tauflator head, not so much. But let's see how it does. Hopefully this one flies true. Boss! And that was a miss.
Now it looks like the projectile went a little bit high, and I believe it tumbled.
Boss!
But I'm showing this for the benefit of the internet range safety officers who often say we don't have a berm, but we really do have a berm.
Come on now. There we go. There we go. That was a good one. There we go.
Well, the instability problem has returned, but by pure luck, it sort of hit nose first. Now, we definitely had a direct strike on the water bottle inside the head, and we had a beautiful reaction. The soapy water gives us a tiny delayed reaction. We can actually see a lot of the fragments leaving the head before the reaction happens. So that's why we use the soapy water.
Now, accuracy-wise, it wasn't bad, but I could see on high speed it was doing a slow tumble. I believe it hit right here. That's what I think, because it hit the bottle in there. See some debris in there, exit wound or something. Well, it was still a pretty good reaction. Can't see much in that head. That's the problem.
Luckily, we have this beautiful newly cast block of clear ballistics gel, 16-inch block. Let's hit it.
Okay. 1357. That is pretty cool. That is really cool. And it stayed on the table. Nice new block. Thank you, Clear Ballistics.
Now, this shot tells you everything you need to know about this slug. Absolutely devastating. Exploded like a hand grenade inside the gel. In fact, let's watch it again. With that huge hollow point, this thing instantly started fragmenting upon entry. And the big surprise to me was the 16 magnets in there kind of became square buckshot. It had very good penetration. And of course, absolutely no over penetration. So this would probably be a very cruel but effective home defense round. You've got the X-ACTO blades, you got the magnets, and then you have the broken resin, which is like broken glass, essentially. Absolutely would not want to be shot by that.
Now that's really cool. I didn't expect those magnets to travel so deeply in there. Those seem to be doing a lot of the damage. I see a X-ACTO blade. That didn't make it very far, but look at those magnets. That's bizarre. That's crazy. It's almost like a futuristic weapon or something, you know, designed to take out robots or something. Really cool. Let's get a measurement on that. So the furthest one is about 10.5 inches, which is not too bad. Now, I do believe that one was flying straight. As you can see, nice, got lucky on that, no tumbling at all. And you can see more of the X-ACTO blades. Those things are so brittle that they just shatter. That's going to be fun to recast, I tell you. Neat little, just explosion from the hollow point right there. Just opened it up. But yeah, the magnets are definitely cool. I like that. Oh, we've got an even better shot there. Yeah, you can see the blades did not go really that far, but the furthest one is right there, only about 6 inches in, 7 inches maybe. But yeah, that's cool. Nothing better than a new block and then you wreck it with a bunch of shrapnel like that. It takes hours to pick out. Hope you appreciate it. I found one more. We have one more left. And why not see how they do it at distance now? This is 42 yards away. I just walked it out there. It's like, that's pretty far. So that's 42 yards out to the dummy there. "42 yards, folks. All right. Fire! Oh boy, that was way off. That was 1387. Dang it. I was hoping to leave on a good note.
As you can see, this one was also tumbling, and the accuracy wasn't terrible, but terrible enough to miss the dummy. Now, on the bright side, I'm an optimist. I could have picked this one for the gel shot and screwed that up. So luckily I got lucky on that. And if you want to help support us, come on over to Patreon. This month we've got another sticker giveaway. This month we have 8 stickers, all unique stickers, very cool and high quality. For as little as $1 a month, you can help us out. You can also become a channel member. The problem with that is I would love to give stickers away to those folks, but there's no way to contact them. I've got to figure out how to do that to reward those folks. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't taken the time to rate it, give it a thumbs up, we'd really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.